Peace, welcome. So today we're going to use the Neo Writer Tarot Collection, and this deck was actually gifted to me by my really good friend Mari. Thank you so much for this gift. I use this deck personally, and I love it because it's actually plastic, so it's bendy. So I don't have to worry about the cards getting brittle or bent over time, which I love, and I love the way that these sound when they're shuffled. So while I'm shuffling, I'm just going to ask that you pull all of your energy back, return all of your energy, and pull your aura in close. Create an egg shape with your aura around you, and surround your aura with gold. Fill up your solar plexus, your belly area with gold, and then radiate that light throughout your body. Just picture the glowing, glittering color filling every single space. And start deep breathing through the nose, exhale through the mouth, and go ahead and replace your grounding cord. So your connection to Mother Earth. And I want you to picture your current cord, I can't talk today, releasing, and then creating a new cord as wide as your hips. And I like to use crystals this week, so just picture crystals going all the way down to the center of the earth. And the darker the crystal, the more grounding. And then I want you to just imagine that gold energy in your body radiating out to your aura, from the toes, going all the way up to the top of your head, and expanding about a foot above your head, and placing intentions in your crown to receive insights and inspiration from this reading. A few things that are going to be happening this week that's really going to propel all of our energy is Jupiter going direct on Monday, Mercury going direct on Tuesday. So by Wednesday, we'll be feeling the propulsion of these planets pushing us forward again. So last week we did kind of a Reiki auric healing. This week I'm getting that you don't really need that if you would like to experience the aura healing. You're more than welcome to watch the beginning of last week's video. This week I'm getting a pen and paper, so the collective is being asked to grab your pen and paper and to just be ready to draw and write and scribble and mark all the information that you receive. So rest your pen on the paper, and if you feel the intuitive urge to start writing or scribbling or drawing or doodling even, go right ahead and just channel all of that energy into the paper. And I'm getting a question for the collective also. Where are you going to go once the planets go direct? So Monday, Jupiter, the laws are going direct. The expansiveness is going direct. The king is going direct. And then Mercury on Tuesday, communication is going direct. How fast we create things and do things direct. I'm also getting maturity, moving forward, gaining insight, clarity from things that didn't work in the past. And how to properly use your words, how to properly communicate with others. I'm getting a lot of, not fear, I'm getting like, someone might be anxious to talk to another person or reach out to another person, and I'm getting that after Tuesday, you should be clear for a bit to reach out and communicate. People will be open to communicating. I feel like in Mercury retrograde, we all kind of just go into our own little bubbles and post online. So get the courage to reach out, create an invitation, create initiation energy. If you're a generator in human design, wait to magnetize messages from other people to you. If you are manifesting generator or manifester, initiate the energy, create the conversation. You'll know what to say. If you're a reflector or projector, what areas can you share some wisdom? And I'm getting communities coming up. Also with projectors, I'm getting you're constantly in a position of leadership, but what can you work on to invite other people to share wisdom with you? Not necessarily in person, it could be digitally, it could be over the phone, but how can you create the energy of receiving wisdom from other people? You're also getting the initiation energy, so making things happen, making connections, creating conversations. I'm getting that it's also safe to do this in a journal. So if you are wanting to connect with someone that you don't actually want to talk to, but you still want to get some clarity around, to go ahead and just journal that as well. Let's see. We're coming into a period of growth in finances, coming into a period of realizing who we are, what we can do, how we can apply what we have learned about ourselves, seeing through the eyes of other people. And I'm getting a vision of someone walking outside, and I'm seeing trees all over, brush and bushes, and it's almost in a place where it's not really manicured. So it's not a park, it's not in the city, it's very rural, very natural, very open, very green even. I'm getting to spend your moments outdoors while you can, and enjoy the open space while you can, which makes sense. We're going into, further into fall. It's going to get colder up here in the Pacific Northwest. We already have snow up north, so Get your moments outside while you can before we all get snowed in, up here at least. Let's see. And I keep seeing the leaves. The leaves are falling. They're like dancing while they're falling through the air. And I'm getting like a perfect moment or an indication that a message will be received or confirmed when that dancing leaf moment is experienced. It's almost like you have conversations with people that aren't necessarily present, but the environment will answer for you, which I love because that's what our guides do. That's what our guardian angels do. So be open, be intuitive, give your intuitive senses some room to express. So I'm getting no cut today. We're just going to go straight into the cards. So basically I'm going to do a Celtic cross. We have a jumper, so it'll be modified, and the question we're asking is, what does the Ascendant's collective need to know for the week ahead? And if you're watching this, you're a part of the collective, you're meant to receive this message. These readings are timeless, so you can always pick up insights from these videos, even if it's not on the dates that is posted on the title or description. So while I'm pulling the cards, don't focus too much on their meanings. Don't focus too much on their placements on the table. Just really focus on the colors and the feelings and the senses. Focus on your intuitive senses. No words, no numbers, no symbols, just all resonance. So yeah, I'm gonna get started. Nice. So for these, I don't do reversals. They're all going to be upright. Dang, I'm loving this. And this plate here is actually from Cosmic Wellness on TikTok. I'm trying to think of their other screen names. We're going to move you right here. Actually, we'll move you up here. Interesting. Okay, so this plate that I'm using, Cosmic Wellness on TikTok, High Vibe 5 on Instagram. Oh my gosh, let me put this in here. They do amazing resin art. Another Ace, that's awesome. And it's enchanted. There's enchanted oils, nice. Inside of the resin, there are shells and glitter and tons of other cool things inside this resin plate. Oh my Lord, let me put this sun back here, please. Thank you. Okay. So, let's see. We'll do this one. We'll pull it over right now. So here is the jumper. That's pretty cool. And just make sure that this is actually on the screen. Okay, perfect. Just gonna make sure I line everything up. So here's our spread, and I'm gonna do the interpretation. I'm gonna write everything down and just kind of have a conversation with my guides. They're already coming through and releasing, so I will be right back with the interpretation of this spread. Okay, welcome back. So we got the notes going on here. It's pretty cool. I kept getting this song. You may know it. A dream is a wish your heart makes. I love that, especially for this spread because we have 3 aces, which are all about new beginnings, things that were planted that are now growing. I'm relating those to dream seeds that were planted and are growing. The long-term life cycle of those things that are growing. So at the heart of the matter, we have the Ace of Cups. This is something new, growth, happiness, compassion, more open and receptive energy. This I'm relating to Jupiter and Mercury going direct. We're going to be opening up communication about what boundaries we have, really, is what it's resonating with. So you may be discovering that you have specific boundaries that need to be made and respected with people, and that those things need to be communicated in order to provide more life and more release, and to allow you to shed previous pains, previous hurts, and to allow your cup to literally overflow with that vitality. This is being crossed by the Hanged Man. So the situation, perspective through sacrifice. So sometimes we have to learn things the hard way and then continue learning the hard way until we realize that that is how we're learning. Becoming observant over your environment and life. What led to this very moment? So being observant of your environment, who's around you, who makes you feel good, who doesn't. How are you feeling? Why do you feel that way? Feel deeper into that. What are you discovering more about yourself and the energy that is around you and inside of you? Next is the foundation, so the long-term situation. We have the Ace of Pentacles, new beginnings that are creating long-term contracts. Continue to plant your dream seeds, even though you may have planted dream seeds or manifestations or goals. It doesn't mean that you just stop planting them. You gotta make sure that you're planting seeds, harvesting, have seeds that are already in the ground, nurturing those, harvesting, and you're continuing this cycle. And so just make sure that you're not getting held up on anything. Make sure that you have your next steps not planned out, but just drafted out. And then when it comes time to harvest and replant seeds, then you'll know what to do. You'll know 50% of the work is done already. That's what I'm getting. The other thing is nourish and cultivate what you're planting. So put love and put nurturance and put care and time and good spirits into whatever you're growing. I'm getting that it's very important to make sure that you're not letting other people spoil what you are putting together. So that could be not sharing publicly what you're doing, what you're working on, not sharing with family and friends what you're doing or working on, and only sharing with the people that support you with love and positivity and just people. Share with people that don't want to basically squander what you're putting together, or to compare, or to inject their own thoughts and ideas into this garden that you're growing. Let's see. Next we have more recent influences, Knight of Pentacles. So someone is being practical, completing tasks and achieving goals, and staying focused, working very hard. And then someone that is expressing their love physically. So this is relating to the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You don't have to be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn sun. These can be inside of the chart in each of the planetary placements. So there is subconscious or conscious materialization going on. Someone that takes a lot of comfort in knowing that what they're putting their time and energy into is a physical reality. It's a physical thing that can be touched and felt and sensed. So really putting a lot of attention and time towards the physical. So I'm even getting a physical rest, physical exercise, and feeding yourself physical food instead of relying on spiritual, energetic food. Next we have our conscious goals at the top. So in the past few weeks we've been calling this the what if I don't take this advice card, but the guides today are saying this is conscious goals. So 6 of Swords, healing from a tough situation, moving on, asking for spiritual help, and taking a trip to observe. So I keep getting observance. In human design, if you have the environment type of mountains or markets, you like to observe either wide open spaces, giant perspectives on mountains, or other people, the hustle and bustle in markets. So get into that energy, start observing. If you're in groups and you kind of step aside and just watch people interact with each other, that's you taking in information, processing it, and then figuring out what you need to do with the information in order to move forward. This is also moving into calmer waters. So a situation may have shifted from being, I want to say tumultuous, but I'm also getting like from being chaotic to being more calm and steady and unvolatile. So this is also indicating that someone is moving away or walking away, turning away from something, but not in a way that's like running off and like slamming the door and breaking things along the way. It's just like, I'm gonna carefully slip out and just go about my life, do these things, and kind of make things better for myself, or the people that are in my life. Next we have the Queen of Wands. This is the resolution. So wisdom gained through experience, taking charge, bringing order to chaos. I'm also getting alchemy, making things new, making combinations of energy to create new energy. Taking charge, bringing order to chaos. I think I already said that. Organizing your life and to make room for new ideas, new intentions, new dream seeds, new goals, making room to expand the garden. This is related to Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. So someone that is really taking account of their kingdom. What is it that needs to be removed? What needs to be added? What needs to be moved around? What needs to be prioritized? And what needs to be cleaned up? Wands are fire, so creativity and initiation and creation even, and I'm getting sacral. So our sacral center is all about creating energy that we can use throughout the day, and that energy is sustainable, so we don't run out of it, we don't get tired easily. And sacral beings are generators and manifesting generators in human design. So I think this is specifically talking to people that are either generators, manifesting generators, or that do well being around those types of people because they don't necessarily have that energy unless they're around a generator, a manifesting generator. So aligning yourself with people that give you that little boost of energy if you don't already have it, or providing energy for others so that they can make things happen temporarily. Just a note, if you are aware of your chart and the chart of the people around you, or at least the HD type. So say, I'll just make an example. I am a generator. I generate tons of energy. I work with a lot of projectors. They don't necessarily have a lot of energy, but they have a lot of wisdom and perspective. So I provide energy to them, and then they're able to adjust and focus and refocus how that energy is directed, how it makes things, how it builds things. So those two kind of fit together, and say if there are two puzzle pieces, they complete the whole puzzle, because there is the person that's doing the work and making the things, and there's the person that is seeing the higher perspective, the plan unfolding the way it should be. And I'm getting that this is more about tuning into your body, finding out where your energy is coming from. So if you are a projector, honor your rest periods, because your energy is coming from a limited source that isn't sustainable. If you're a generator, then find things that you enjoy, that you love, because you're more than likely to put all of your time and energy into what other people want you to work on. The other thing I'm getting to is clear direction. So if you are a generator, you may just kind of do things randomly without an order. And then manifesting generators are going to be relaying information constantly, manifestors too. Relaying information, creating things quickly. Projectors are going to be seeing all the shit that's not working and then correcting it. And then reflectors, of course, are going to be sitting at the top and looking down and just saying, well, you should have asked me in the first place, because I have this very long experience of wisdom to share for other people to learn from. It's interesting because the world is kind of working together on sacral energy. So find out if your sacral energy is independent and produces on its own, or dependent and needs other sacral beings to be around to give you a little push. Another note too for projectors, reflectors, if you're interacting with people with sacral centers that are sustainable, don't feel like you have to be around them constantly just because they're constantly moving and going and doing. That's not going to work for you. You're going to get tired, you're going to get worn out, burnt out very quick. So knowing when to retreat, knowing how to retreat, knowing how to say, hey, I need space, I need time to myself, I need rest, I need to honor my body. If anyone has an issue with that, then they're not meant to be in this spread. Let's see. Next is subconscious desires. So we have Temperance with Archangel Michael. We have the Sun and Fire and Alchemy, the Breaking Dawn. So this is about finding balance, compromising, coming together to create something new. Interesting thing about compromise with human design. I'm a little bit of a human design nerd. When we're in partnerships with people that have different charts than we do, that have different placements, different gates and channels and quirks, sometimes one of the partners is going to dominate over the other, and sometimes the partner that is being dominated over may have placements that doesn't like to be told what to do. But being aware of that, being conscious of how your energy works with other people, and how your energy reacts to other people is going to help. Is going to help with making compromises. So, for instance, I like to be independent. I don't like people telling me what to do. But if I know that I'm interacting with someone that has channels that are reflective of being dominant, being the leader, being the tribal leader, being the alpha, then I'm going to start to keep that in mind, and when it comes to moments where I feel that I need to say something or that I need to react, I won't react, I won't say what I want to say until I'm invited to speak, until I'm given permission through my sacral to respond to the energy that's being brought to me. So with your own energy, how are you going about in the world? How are you facing the world? Are you just kind of like, I don't want to say this, but are you just raw dogging it and going out and being like, I'm just going to do whatever I want? Or are you conscious of your own energy and the energy of everyone else around you and the environment? I'm also getting integration of energy, so what you learn about yourself and others, are you integrating that into your life slowly? Making small tweaks and monitoring results before making adjustments. So again, another quick story. I realized that my personality is very needy of attention and positive affirmations from people. But when I'm working with other types of people, obviously based on human design, I know that I will have the opportunity to get the positive affirmations and the attention that I seek. I know that I'll have other opportunities for that, so I won't feel like, oh, I didn't get to get the spotlight today. Like, I don't feel that. I used to. But I will be conscious and say, I'm going to allow other people to get up on that stage and rock the fuck out of this. Or I'm going to let this person express and feel their feelings and have this moment to just be themselves and not be any type of way, not to feel any type of way. This is all about being neutral while making adjustments. So what are you doing to integrate, monitor, and continue integrating small things into how you interact with the world and others? Next is the influence of others. So we have the Hierophant. Someone is stepping in as a spiritual teacher and a wisdom keeper. Are you sharing wisdom based on your strategy? So someone is getting advice or needs to allow advice to come in from a spiritual teacher or wisdom keeper. I'm not saying this is me. I'm saying that this could be you stepping into this role or you being approached by someone in this energy. So I know there are people out there that like to be the position of wisdom. They like to be in the position of leadership and don't necessarily want to hear what other people have to say because they've learned everything they have from their own experience. Now, that's great, that's wonderful, but sometimes you need that outward perspective. So really getting into the observation energy and then coming back and saying, is this my teacher? Is this the person that's supposed to share wisdom with me? Do I trust them to share wisdom with me? And just really gaining your confidence in someone that wants to basically deliver a message. And this message is going to be delivered from spirit. So whatever guardian angels, guides, deities, ascended masters are around them, they're meant to take that energy and deliver a message to you, or you're meant to do that for someone. I'm getting that for a lot of the people that are going to see this, it's going to be someone else. So be open. Don't be gullible, open. Just be like, I don't know, I hate saying discerning, but really just watch the person that wants to deliver the message that enters your life and comes with tons of knowledge and wisdom. I'm getting to, like, some people may feel like they want to test the wisdom of this person, and you really don't have to do that, because just by observing how they are, how they interact with other people in the environment, you'll really get a sense of who they are just by observing them, not in a stalkerish way either. Next is Ace of Wands, hopes and fears. So new life, new beginnings, nurturing with love and patience. This is also talking about the fear of new things starting, or the dread of new things starting. And that has a lot to do with generators. So people that continuously build, they'll be like, oh, look at this amazing thing I built. And everyone's going to give them praise. But then after that's over, they're going to be back to square one, to the first step. And then be like, oh, now I have to work on all this stuff again. I just finished. Like, it's not a long-lasting reverence with, like, getting the attention and the praise and stuff. But when you're aware of those things, it's easier to transition from, okay, I got what I needed, it is amazing, but now I'm going to start again. The way I do this is when I get things done on my, like, task lists, I literally reward myself with candy. So, like, have a little piece of candy and I'm like, oh, great, I got this done, gonna celebrate, eat it, and on to the next thing because I want some more candy for myself. So definitely try to figure out what your reward system is, because there's continuous growth, continuous cycles of completion and starting again, constantly building, constantly creating, constantly making things come into existence. Last of the Celtic cross is the final outcome, the sun. This is awesome. So we have happiness, vitality, personal growth, self-acceptance, playfulness, the father figure, clarity, shine your light, what makes you feel warm inside. I'm also getting, like, outward expression. How can you express outward who you are inside authentically? That way you're realigning things with people. If you go about your life just expressing how you express, kind of on a programmed, conditioned mindset. People are going to get a certain idea of who you are, but not necessarily know who you are. But if you align yourself with your authenticity and your expression together, people are going to see you for who you truly are. They're going to see you for not only the outward personality, but the inward personality. They're going to see you on a quantum level. They're going to see you subconsciously and consciously. So how can you get through all of this to get to this outcome? Next is the bottom of the deck representing your energy. Two of Pentacles, maintaining steady balance. Get insight on how to do this. What is it that you need specifically to feel balanced, to feel like you're able to not only work but also play and rest and feel good? Not everyone is the same, so figure out what works for you, and you might need to experiment to figure out what that is. Last but not least, we have the Jumper, the Hermit. So this is just a message that needs to be delivered to anyone that is watching. It may be for a specific person, it may resonate for you, it may not. So take a time out to dive deep within, feel more to discover your strength. Someone posted on Twitter and Instagram this last week that if you're feeling lonely, to feel even deeper into that, to understand where it comes from. And that's not verbatim, but it's close enough. But it really just kind of like, it hit me like, dang, you know, experiencing loneliness is just the beginning of conditioning and deconditioning the mind to be independent, and to be inward looking, to be observant within, to retreat inside and find the things that we're wanting outside. So that's definitely a superpower, because when you overcome loneliness, you really start to focus on loving yourself more and focus on prioritizing your life more. And one of the cool things about doing that is that you will start to build your dream reality a lot quicker. Another thing to note is when you begin to live your life as if you're with the person that you want to be with, you kind of create that energy and frequency of peace and calm that will invoke them into you. They'll invoke them closer to you. It'll magnetize them towards you. And I'm not saying do all this stuff to like make it happen faster, but do all the things so that you're already in the habit of creating peace and calm and balance and vitality and happiness and joy. You have the time right now to practice. You have the time right now to try to attempt to do this and figure out what you need to do to make it happen before adding another person into the equation. For those of you that are in relationships, you may need to do this alone. You may need to take 20 minutes out of the day away from your partner to say, okay, I'm spending time with myself, I'm honoring myself, I'm honoring my way of finding balance, and I'm going to move forward with vitality and happiness and share that. I'm going to have my solitude and feel all of my emotions. So I'm not dumping them on people. I'm not dumping them on my partner. And we can move away to calmer waters instead of trying to fix my emotions, trying to fix what I'm working on. I can do this on my own. I can create this on my own. It's great to have those partnerships, but at the same time, do not tire your partner out by being too dependent. Yeah, there you go. That's the read. I'm like kind of zoned out right now. So I hope that you got some great insights from this. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. Thank you for supporting these weekly readings. And I look forward to these. I have so many decks that I'm like, we did Animal Spirit already. We'll do this today, and then I was gonna do another Oracle, and I'm like, no, that's okay. But one thing I do want to ask another deck is, how do you get your balance, and what do you need to learn in solitude? So I'm gonna pull, let's see, Angel Guide Oracle is calling. Let's see what they have to say. Angel Guide Oracle by Kyle Gray. For those of you that don't know, I am a certified Angel Guide by Kyle Gray. Let's see. Spirits, ancestors, guardian angels, what messages do you have to share for the highest good of the collective that is here? How do they bring about balance into their lives? How do they bring about balance into their lives? How do they bring about balance into their lives? Thank you. Nice. So, to bring about balance, transformation, I'll read the little note, or the book for that too. Relighting your fire, igniting your fire again, getting the creative fire going again. You may have been going through a phase in your life within the last 6 to 12 months where you felt like there's no meaning, there's no reason to live even, but your fire is coming back finally. So what does the collective need to receive in solitude? What does the collective need to receive in solitude? What does the collective need to receive in solitude? What does the collective need to receive in solitude? Thank you. Okay, learning experience, and interesting, we got the Hermit and two and two decks basically. I'm gonna put you up here, and we'll put you right here. Move you over here. Let's see. Transformation. I love this is alphabetized. Okay. You are ready to move beyond energies or situations that are no longer helpful to you, and to make space in your life for something more purposeful. You may feel a real need for clearing out at this time, not just physically, but mentally and spiritually too. As you remove the clutter and debris from your world, you welcome in the energy of transformation. Like a butterfly emerging from its cocoon, you're ready to move beyond the previous limitations of your life. You're moving away from stagnancy or the feeling of being held back, and are taking the heavy energies of your life and making them light, so that you can fully embrace who you were born to be. When this card appears, angels are acknowledging the emotional and physical transformations that have taken place in your life. They can see you more clearly now that you have released the old and fusty thoughts and situations. There is a feeling of renewal now, and you're moving into a space where you're more comfortable than ever with who you are. You have a spark of splendor burning in the depth of your being, and this spark is creating positive and loving experiences for you now. It's time to enjoy the benefits of your commitments to your growth. I love that for you. Let's see. Learning experience. You have dedicated a lot of your time, effort, and energy to understanding yourself and the world, and have had many experiences recently that have been great teachers. Even though not everything has been easy or perfect, there has been a positive in that you have come to understand yourself, your gifts, and your abilities better than ever. You are deeply connected to who you are, what you stand for, and what's important to you in life. When this card appears for you, angels are acknowledging that challenges and obstacles you have surmounted recently, although it may have been a difficult time for you, your faith and inner strength have increased. Know that the cloud has a silver lining, and you will soon have moved beyond the feeling of being stuck or unsupported. Inner peace and a sense of security come from overcoming hardships. Without the challenges that life has presented to you, you wouldn't be the person you are today. This is a time for you to reflect on the incredible strength you have. No matter what has gone wrong for you, you have made your way through the darkness and into the light. When this card appears for you, your angel guide is inviting you to ask yourself, what have I learned from this? This card represents the teacher you have within, and through integrity and connection, you'll be able to find a message within the mystery. If you're still facing challenges, you're being encouraged to keep going and trust that the worst will soon be over. The light at the end of the tunnel is you. I love that. I love that because we're literally going into the season of darkness and you are the motherfucking light. So thank you again for stopping by. I know I already did this, but we're really leaving this time. See you later. Iksahan, love you.